Greetings, morning and all of that. And I'm wearing a Texas Stars jersey to start things off. So, Texas Stars, there you go. The AHL affiliate of the Dallas Stars. And we will be going through the Oakland Seals. We will be going through the Cleveland Barons as well. You eagle-eyed viewers might have already spotted. Hey, there's the Barons jersey. And then we'll go through the Minnesota North Stars and the Dallas Stars as well. So this is gonna end up being a long video. And no, I don't mean California Golden Seals, because this is an O. So it's Oakland. This is an O. It's Oakland. So in their first year in California, they had a C here instead of an O. And they were the California Golden Seals. And it wasn't going well. Fan support, lukewarm at best. The numbers on the back of the jerseys were actually a blue color. This blue color here made them hard to see. So for year 2, they changed it over to Oakland, and they changed the numbers on the back to white. And yeah. So Oakland Seals, and you can see it still has the tag on it. So I haven't worn this one yet. I had thought about it for this video, but I didn't. Now, while they're still struggling at the gate, the Seals would rebrand. They'd rebrand and they'd end up going to this. Now, the year on that this is from NHLuniforms.com. So, for people who wonder, you just go through there. And so, the California Golden Seals. We renamed the California Golden Seals from the Oakland Seals, like it mattered, in 1970, and last as the Seals at all. So, and then he picked the same colors as the A's. So, it's a California problem, isn't it? Where they brand themselves and they go, all right, we're gonna have our hockey team look like our basketball team. Hey, like our football team. Hey, it's our baseball team. Check it out. So yeah. Seals, I have yellow, I have green. Now, the Oakland Seals that I showed you guys, the white one I got through Sports K. The green one I just got through Van City Sports, of course. This one I got from Ben H Sports, and this one I got through, it was on eBay. I'm trying to think if it was through, I don't think it was through Full Moon Jerseys, but I know it was on, no, it was on Lids. And it was on Lids before Fanatics bought them. So, and then of course they would change from this to kind of a light blue teal color before the team was done. I don't have that jersey because it hasn't been produced by CCM, and of course now CCM doesn't produce NHL jerseys, so more's the pity. And we're off to Cleveland. So after the Seals didn't work out, they go to Cleveland. They played there for a bit, and then they would dissolve the team and move them. Now, this is not a CCM. This is not an NHL branded jersey by any NHL branded NHL branded company like Adidas or Reebok or anything. Of course, I got McAdam put on the back because, of course, I did. Al McAdam played for the Cleveland Barons, so I was like, yeah, I want Al McAdam on the back. I got this one through a custom jersey maker on eBay, and honestly, the quality's fine. The only reason it hasn't been with the rest of the collection is it's not an NHL licensed jersey. I do still wait for a Cleveland Barons NHL licensed jersey. I love that logo. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's fantastic. And it is a shame that it didn't last in Cleveland, and I do wonder if the longevity being only a couple of years in Cleveland before they folded, I do wonder if that means that any future bids from Cleveland would be difficult to make stick. When you look at what happened with Atlanta as well, where Atlanta failed their second time around, and Kansas City would maybe be in that category as well, since Kansas City had 2 years before theirs fell apart too. But there you go, Cleveland Barons, and now we'll go on to the Minnesota North Stars. Now, the Minnesota North Stars, in the beginning, had a single stripe around the bottom. I do not have that jersey in green or in white, but I do have this. I got both of these through sportsk.com, and this is the oldest design of the Minnesota North Stars that I have, both in green and in white. And the funny thing is, until I found it on the Sports-K site, I didn't realize they'd had a double stripe on their jersey at any point in time. And, I mean, the end's gigantic as well. But again, you see there's CCM Vintage. Good quality jersey. Nice stretchy neck. Nice V-neck, because, 70s, right? And, Minnesota North Stars always had a really nice, clean look. Every time somebody says, so what do you think Minnesota Wild are going to do for their outdoor game next year? My answer is, as long as we have a next year, that this kind of color scheme would be fantastic. With the Wild logo on it, I think it'd look really sharp. And, the Minnesota North Stars, one of the reasons that I cheered for this team right out of the gate was just, I thought it was a really nice jersey, and I thought it was a unique name as well, the North Stars. In this design, I only have the green one. I don't have the white one. I'm pretty sure I got this one through Lids back in the day. It's a nice medium. So they switched the stripes. Honestly, it is a minor change, but I think this one's sharper. And when I started watching hockey, this is what they were sporting. And yeah, Minnesota North Stars. Pretty nice jersey. What name would I get on the back of it? I'd probably have Neil Broughton's name put on the back of it. Because again, I wouldn't put Modano on this one because Modano didn't technically wear this jersey. He came in after that, and we'll get to that one. Then, Minnesota decided to add some black to the jersey, which I think is a nice addition as well. And these are the ones that you see most often when it comes to throwback games, like the alumni games. And we've already seen an outdoor alumni game in Minnesota where a version of this was worn. Of course, this is the Stanley Cup Championship 1991 patch. Now, that doesn't mean they won it. That means they played for the Stanley Cup Championship in 1991. That's the kind of patches they used to wear. And they didn't actually say champion. Because teams don't wear a patch that says Stanley Cup champion for the most part. They don't do that. So here's the white version of that same jersey. So again, I didn't have a white of the previous, but I have a white of this version. This one I got through, I want to say Sport Check, and I want to say Lids with this one. So again, I can't help you if you're looking for Minnesota North Stars jerseys right now. Unless you go through Sports-K, still has this one with Modano on the back, and of course I got the patch separate from the jersey itself. I just look around for Stanley Cup patches, order them, and then my wife sews them on. And I really, really like the Minnesota North Stars look in general, but things were going to change. My favorite argument on the internet is when people tell me that this wasn't a Minnesota North Stars jersey, that it's a Dallas jersey. Same with this. No, see, Shannon, you're wrong. Those are Dallas jerseys. Why would you call them Minnesota North Stars jerseys? Because when I bought both of these jerseys, they were in Minnesota, because they did wear these in Minnesota. So they rebranded. And when they rebranded and they went to this design, we all already knew this team wasn't going to be in Minnesota for much longer. And as soon as the North is gone off of this, it's like, okay, so you're changing it to Stars on the jersey because you want to make sure that you have maximum flexibility when it comes to the potential of moving the team. So these are two of my oldest jerseys that are in my collection. Replacing them, it's an expensive task. And so these are both CCM. Not that you can tell because I've worn the actual CCM logo off of both. So yeah, the CCM logo is worn off of both. Even the size tag, yeah, that's gone. The size tag on this one you can actually read because it's white. So I try not to wear this one very often. The black one, yeah, the black one's fine. So when they changed to this, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I was so mad. I was like, wait, that really nice, clean, green jersey, and they replaced it with this? But it did grow on me by the end of the year. But then they moved. And then things changed after they moved. But these are Minnesota North Stars jerseys. I believe I got this one through Ben H Sports. Their first year in Dallas, it did not say Dallas over the Stars. That's how I know it's a first-year Dallas jersey. Again, CCM Vintage. And then we have Texas on the sleeve. That's what they changed. They put the Texas secondary on the sleeve. Everything else stayed pretty darn near the same that first year. Then for the second year, they said, all right, we're going to change it a bit and put Dallas over top. Now, here's the difference between these. This one's a starter. This is all beat up. I've had this one for a very long time. This one I got for, I know I got it for a good deal when I got it. I don't remember exactly where I got it. But the logo is all bubbly here. So you can kind of see it on camera. The logo's all bubbly here. It's kind of in rough shape. So I decided I was going to replace it last year. And I did. And I got a CCM to replace it with. Now the CCM isn't all bubbly, of course. The logo is really nice and clean. I got this off eBay. And yet the logo's different. So as soon as I saw that like the logo was made differently and it's a different color, I told Yvonne, I said, I kind of can't get rid of this one now, which was the plan, which was to get rid of this one. And I said, it's interesting for conversation reasons to have that they are different. They're different color, slightly different material as well. So yeah, I really couldn't get rid of this one because they're different. And again, with the collection, it's not just about whether or not Shannon's going to wear the jersey. Sometimes it's about conversations like this. You're talking about a team's history. So again, Dallas, all they did was put Dallas over top. And they did make it a darker color green. I love that dark color green. It's absolutely fantastic. I would love to see this come back as a third. The next one that I'm going to show you guys is fantastic as well, but I would love to see this as a third jersey. I think this is one of their sharpest designs. And we get to the star. This is the one, of course, they were wearing when they won the Stanley Cup in '99. Now, this one I got from a subscriber, and he gave it to me, and he said it's kind of beat up. It's got stains in it. Not much I can do. And it's fine. Because honestly, again, this is a tough jersey to find. This, of all the jerseys out there of Dallas, this is one of the toughest to find. Now, this green one here, what's interesting with this one is that it is, I think this one's an extra large. Right? Yeah, it's a large, and I did try replacing it. So now having this one in my collection for over 20 years, it's got some pulls in it and some snags, and there's a hole and all this. And I mean, Yvonne's done her work to try to straighten it up and clean it up. But I thought, well, I'm going to replace it. So I got a new Dallas start. But again, it's different. It's different. And the stitching is different. This one, you've got kind of a sparkly look to it. And again, depends on whether or not you're on your phone, whether or not you can see it. And this one, of course, is just your straight kind of a matte look to it. And so again, I was like, yeah, well, that's... So again, I'm trying to replace something for my collection, but the replacement I get, well, it's still a good jersey that I got through a seller on eBay. This again is a CCM. These are all CCMs, and yet, even though it's nice, it's a little different than the other one. So I was like, well, I can't just, because the thing is, if I get rid of this one, which is going to be the answer for most people, I can't replace this then. This is the original how it looked then. And this is one that replaced it soon after, I guess, because, of course, the other Dallas one is like that, too. So, right? So, when I replaced both Dallas jerseys, I still ended up with something that, I would replace it on the rack with the old rack system that I had. But I couldn't just get rid of this. Just say, well, forget it, I'll get rid of that one. Because, again, they're somewhat different. And they look somewhat different on camera now that I've mentioned it. So, the next time I wear a star in a video, people are going to be like, so wait, which one is it? Never mind, I don't care. That's how the internet's going to take that. And then the stars would decide, we have a really nice jersey, we don't really care. I'm going to go a little bit out of order with this one. So this is the bland. I considered it to be kind of their university phase that the Dallas Stars went through. It's just sort of there. You've got the nice logo on the sleeve. And you've got the black version of the same thing. And honestly, this Dallas jersey needs some green in it. It can't just be black, gold, and white, and yet here it is. And the star is on the shoulder. That's the only place you find the green is in the star. And it just takes some of the life out of the entire logo and the whole idea. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you go to something so bland? Well, maybe to appeal to the college crowd, and maybe it's to make people forget that you made a team wear this. Yep. Maybe that's part of what it was. Maybe part of it was we need to make sure that we never go too far with our creative license again. Where we don't just sit somebody down in a room and go, you know what, come up with the most creative thing you can. And then they get too creative. You got to make sure they don't get too creative. You got to rein this in a little bit. Now, before they had this for the white version of the jersey, which I liked. Now, I didn't like it as much as the star, but you still got the Texas maps on the shoulders, and it's a nice one. Now, this one I got through eBay. I'm trying to remember exactly where. This is actually Reebok Authentic. I'm going to say Full Moon Jerseys. This one I got from Ben H Sports. This is an authentic as well, just so I could say authentic Mooterus. When I got the authentic, the replica that I had, I gave to my wife so we could be Mooterai together. And the other two, I got them both from Lids, because when Dallas rebranded, these jerseys went on sale for about $45 each, $45, $50 each, and I was like, I'll pay that for it. And the best thing I can say about these Dallas jerseys, they're not as bad as they might look on TV or here on a webcam. They're not bad, kind of, sort of, I guess. But you'll notice I very rarely, if ever, wear these in videos. Reebok Authentic time. So this is a Reebok Authentic of the Dallas Stars. When they rebranded, it's a size 46. I got this through Full Moon Jerseys. And again, you know, I like the design choice here. This is where Dallas really does quite well. The star was fantastic. This is equally fantastic. Now, in terms of what they've done with this rebrand, I'm interested to see what their third's going to be for this year. I don't have a third, but I did get through NHLshop.ca. I did get a Dallas Stars Hockey Fights Cancer jersey. So, because I think the black Hockey Fights Cancer, very sharp. And again, Adidas makes sure they put that logo on the front when they do the specialty jerseys. I think they want to put their logo on the front of jerseys. They just don't want to alienate the buying public. And they're doing this, I think, as a test and see if people will accept that logo being on the front. Now, what else will you accept being on the front? A little bit of advertising, perhaps. Not on the retail versions that we buy, no, but there's been rumors for a long time that in-game we could see that. And who knows, maybe coming out of what we've gone through over the last couple of months, maybe that speeds things up in that way for Adidas. Just to sprinkle that out there so people can go, oh, God, I hope that's not true. I hope not, too, but you never know. There's always that chance right up in here. I got this one through Cool Hockey. This, of course, being Adidas. It's Victory Green in the back here. And I got the 25th anniversary patch because Cool Hockey had a sale. It was 25% off, but you had to spend $200 to get it. So by adding the patch, I qualified for the sale. And I spent less money with the patch than I would have without the patch. Because, sure, yep, of course. This is a really, really sharp one. Of all the white jerseys in the NHL, this has to be one of my favorites. And again, the logo is really, really well done. The difference between the logo between the Adidas and the Reebok is barely anything, really. I mean, it's a little bit sharper around the outside, but other than that, it's basically the same deal. Some teams did make some minor changes when they went over to Adidas, of course. Dallas had just rebranded not long before that, so didn't make any sense to make the changes. Of course, the neckline changes with this. But overall, very, very sharp design. And then, of course, this year, on January 1st, they wore these beauties. Again, with throwback jerseys, it can be kind of a hit and miss thing. I think Dallas hit it out of the park with this one. I think it's nice. I think it fits in with their other jerseys as well. And, of course, people made fun of, oh, the D's in the middle. It's STDers. No, it really isn't. It's not like the Aretinas where the T's actually literally in the middle of arenas. But in this case, it is sort of in the background. And it's not really fully a D anyways. It's sort of a weird shape here and a weird shape under here. It's not actually a full-on D. So there you go. Yeah, I like the neckline on this too. I do like what they do with the throwbacks and with the Winter Classics right now, which is the really kind of fun neckline here. And I do wonder if that's next for Adidas. Keep in mind that with the stadium jerseys from Reebok days, the stadium jerseys and Reebok days were kind of giving us a hint of where they were going to go when they made their next change with necklines. And who knows? Maybe this is a test again to see, well, how do those necklines do? Do they like them? All right, then we'll go to those. And so we'll see. But there you go. My Dallas Stars collection. And yeah, this has been longer than the other videos because that's what happens. Tomorrow would be Detroit, which admittedly will be shorter, but hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And yes, as always, comment down below on your thoughts regarding the Dallas Stars, Minnesota North Stars, Cleveland Barons, Oakland Seals, California Golden Seals, California Seals. California, please come out and watch us, Golden Seals. Well, forget it. We'll be San Jose later Seals. Thank you guys so much for everything. I'll talk to you again soon.